everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to use the new Gingerbread edition set. This goes with the 3D display cards and stand die set. So if you've already got this set, all you need is the additions piece. But this also works really nice on its own. You can make rocker cards with it. You can just have it as a card shape itself, circular cards, all that kind of stuff, and you'll see lots more inspiration over the coming months. And also there's a few that Gemma did, who's my design team. She's done a couple as well. So I've cut all of the pieces, so I'll just talk you through what you need. So the main die here, so all of this will go through a standard die machine. You don't need a large one, but you've got the big die here. You want to cut that if you want to add the stand, because not everybody does add the stand. Sometimes people just make a 3D circular diorama kind of card, which is what this will create, but I think I've always used the base. So you want to cut 3, and if you've got the new set, you'll see there's these 2 little arrows just at the bottom. They're on the 7th little triangle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just after that you want to cut across. On the old ones this actually cuts into the or leaves a mark in the actual card, but the newer ones now it's just a little marker, because that's all you need. So you want to have one that is full length, and then the other 2 you're going to cut. So you can see this one here I've already trimmed down, and I'll do this one with you now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just cutting nice and straight. And then you can see I've added red tape. You can use liquid glue if you want, but I do find the red tape works fine. And I've also put a little curve into those. So I'm just going to do this one here. Now, one of them will be for the base, one of the small ones that you've cut, and then the long one and one of the shorter ones will be to make the whole circle up. So that's that, and then just go along. I always use my scoreboard just to go over these longer score lines here. They will emboss them enough for you to see them on the cardstock, but then just go back over them again. Okay, so one of the short ones is going to be for the base. I'm going to pop that to one side, and then I've got the long and short one for the circle. You then get the large circle here. You want to cut that for the base or the back. So I've got one here, and then I've also cut it again. This was the last piece. This was a Christmas paper pad I had from about 2 years ago now, and this is the last piece. So I've just cut that down the same size. So that's going to be the back. You're going to stick all of the teeth around it, and then this is going to sandwich and hide all of that. These bits here are for your swinging element, if you want something swinging. These will all make your frame, but you don't need these pieces when you've got the addition frames. But the playlist, I'll link it up here, it'll be at the end as well, has loads of different variations. I've used this and made so many tutorials using this set. So lots of inspiration, and there are some with the swinging as well. For the base, you want to cut this one here. You can see I've cut that and just folded all of the sides. You'll then have one of the short pieces that you would have cut, and then you want to cut the largest of these ones twice. The other 2 are mats and layers. You can stamp your sentiment and things like that, but you want to cut 2 of the larger one. So I've got mine there, and you'll see I've already decorated. I've just used one of the matte layers, and I've die cut the Have a Sweet Christmas into it, and then paper pieced it back together using gold. I think it looks really, really nice. So you want to take one of these and just remove the backing. Just do one side at a time. Take your circle here and just stick one of the little teeth down just to kind of grip it in place. That is how this is going to stick down as you work all the way around. You want the fold here running right up to the edge of the circle. Everyone's going to have different ways to do this. I kind of change my way each time, but the key is to get this right up to the edge. So those teeth are just tucked behind. But this is why, you know, some of you might want to use liquid glue for this, so you've got a little bit of wiggle time. If you just go slow, it doesn't take long for you to get all the way around, and you can secure this tape better in a minute. Okay, and then just go in there. Don't worry about any of the sticky tape that's visible. It's all going to get hidden in a minute. Just secure that down. You're going to take your shorter one. You want to remove the tape from the same side, and then add some liquid glue. You could use red tape as well if you want here, but I just used the liquid glue just along that tab. You don't need to fold this. And then just sit that one in. Lines up, make sure it's nice and straight when you stick that down. There are mats and layers for this piece as well in the set. Once that's drying, this die here, so you can add a matte layer on top if you've got like a pattern paper you want to use. And now just carry on sticking it down. And this will join up perfectly with the other end. So again, as you start to come round, pop some glue on the other end there, and then just pop that under and just continue. Make sure you get that nice angle, and you'll see there it fits perfectly. And then again, just go in, make sure that's all secure. If you're using craft card and liquid glue, craft card is more porous than most of your standard card that you use, just because of the way the fibres are compressed. So you may need to just spend a little bit longer securing your liquid glue if you're using it. Okay, now I'm going to add this one inside. Now I always like to have the side joins on the side. You could have them at the top and the bottom, but because you've used one long piece and one shorter piece, they won't be exactly like that one's at the top and that one's slightly off to the right. So I always just like to have mine positioned so you can see it just there on the left and then the right. This one I want to have so the stripes are running vertical. So I'm going to stick this one in and I'm going to use the construction glue. This is just going to now make it very, very strong. When this glue dries completely, it's rock hard. So it's great for 3D makes. You just arch it slightly to get it in. It's going to be snug. It's supposed to be. It's exactly the same size circle. But also, you know, that's why it's key to make sure that you stick it right up to the edge of this circle here. If you bring it in slightly, then you'll find that this piece may not fit properly. So you may have to trim it if you've gone off slightly. But, you know, you're probably not really going to notice it if you're going to be filling it with lots of detail and decoration anyway. Okay, so I want to add lights to this one. So with this piece here, I just want to mark the middle. So just ignore that piece. So you just want to mark the middle, only roughly. You don't need to get your your ruler out unless you want to. But that's just my guide for where I want to punch my hole so I can feed the lights through. Just use my punch there. Punch through, and then you want to do the same with this piece. You may want to do this before, to be honest. There's so many, it doesn't really matter when, just, you know, whatever's easiest for you. But again, you want it roughly. So again, my joins are on the side, it's roughly there. It doesn't have to be exact, because you're gonna, when you go to stick this together, you can move it around a little bit. This is just purely to make 2 holes for me to be able to get the lights through. I'm just going to use my screw punch for this one. Other hole punches will be fine. There we go. What will happen is that is going to sit over here. You can see when it roughly joins up. Like I said, don't worry if it doesn't exactly. So next we can now put the base together. So again, just take the backing off of one of the sides. I'll take the front one here and just attach the first little triangle there. So it looks like this. So you've got a nice straight line there. And then you want to start wrapping it around. And by adding the curve into the cardstock, it's going to really help you when you do this, because there's quite a sharp curve to the start of this stand. And then just work your way around. Once you've done one side, the other side will be really easy. And then again, just really secure all of those edges. And then take backing off again. Get your other one. And then this time you're just going to stick it on the opposite side so it looks like this. And then again, just really work it around the start there. But it's already in the shape now, so you're just basically tacking it. So just follow that around. So the idea is you don't want to see the tops, the little parts of the teeth there. Like you could stick it like that, and you see a little bit. So you just want to make sure you're just covering it, and you'll see it will join perfectly. Then you're going to add your glue to the tab here. Now you can have this as a completely sealed box, which some of the samples are, but if you're adding batteries, then this is a nice place to hide the battery pack, and then you can access it. You can also use it as like a little gift box and have a little gift in there. You could pop a little present, small jewellery, makeup. Obviously these are all Christmas themed, but I've done birthday ones, baby shower, new home. There's just so many different ones, retirements. So check out the playlist, but also there's lots of photos on Facebook as well. I need to get them all updated onto my website. Okay, so once you're happy that's secure, fold in the sides and then fold in the end there. Like I said, if you want to seal it off, you add glue all along here, here, and down the other side, and then just stick it in and just push down on the sides. But now we've got our base, and this is going to sit on top like so. So the lights I've been using, I got from Amazon. I got a box of 50, and you get 5 of each colour. And I think on this one, yeah, I was going to use, do I want to use them? No, I think I'm going to use the warm white. I'm going to save that. I've got another idea for the multicoloured one. But you get warm white, which is, I think, that one. Multicolour, and then let me find a cool white. I think I want to use warm for this one. There's the cool. So you can see the difference. Or maybe I use cool on this one, actually, because it's got lots of ice. Yeah, I think I'll do cool. Okay, so really handy. You can see how flat they are, easy to attach to your cards, and these are long as well. So if you don't want it this long, then what you can do is cut the end, as long as you don't cut obviously this end, because then you detach it from the battery pack. But you can see, this is why I like these ones, because if you're wrapping them around like something like this kind of shape, then it's going to really fill it up and glow. Okay, so you can just see all of it here. But from this end here, if I just, there's 20 lights, I think, if I remember. I think they should all be the same. But you could cut just above this one here, and then you could remove those ones. It's entirely up to you. So I've got my hot glue gun on there. You might want to use a gel glue or a normal glue when you go to stick this together, but you want something that's really strong, which is why I prefer the hot glue. Just take the end here. These are called rice lights as well. If you don't want as many as I've got, just search rice lights. I'll link them all below. Feed it all through. And then you'll see there's like plastic here, just kind of stop there. I want to keep all of that inside here. And then I always add my glue to this side and stick it down, because you need to be able to unscrew the screws, and then it's like on a hinge, you'll be able to open it. So now I'm just going to tuck them in there. I'll attach it properly in a moment once my glue's warmed up. Now while I'm waiting for the glue to warm up, because I'm doing this one a little bit different to any of the others that I've done, so I'm going to bring in all of my decoration now and the frame. Now I did share a small Instagram reel showing how I was sticking down the sweets here on this frame. So this is the main shape here. It doesn't have to be a gingerbread house. You could use it as a template for a new home card. You get the die here. I've cut it in foam, and then I've cut it with white, and I'm also going to add a bit more of this onto it. So this is Snow Tex. I've used it in a lot of my videos for this launch. It dries rock hard. It's brilliant stuff. That is solid. I left it overnight because obviously it's very, very full and thick, because I wanted it to look like real icing. I'm also going to add some on here and on the snow once I put it all together. So you can see, just to cut that one out, I've cut it out twice and stuck them together so it's nice and strong. What I've also gone ahead and done is I've cut the circle in the set that's got the stitched detail. I've cut it once in red card and once in acetate. In this set here, you get your door frame, you get different windows, you get this one here as well. And what I want to do is, this is going to be behind, so it's like the front of the gingerbread house. So I'm not going to have it open. I'll just show you. This is a sample that Gemma made for me. So she's just added acetate and then just left the whole box open so you can see into it. And she's decorated her gingerbread family on the front. I want mine inside, but I'm going to die cut the door into this and the windows, and then I'm going to paper piece this all back together and have the gingerbread faces just popping out through the door, and then all the lights behind it. So just trying to give you, you know, other ways, you know, of using this die set. I always like to give lots of inspiration, but you can see once they're cut into there, and then I'll probably cut that one, squeeze them all in, because I think that looks quite cute. You can then imagine, you know, all of that on there. It's going to look wonderful. Now, probably should have embossed it after, but I could always run that back through again. So with the set here, you want to take the windows and the doors, whatever it is you want to use. So you get 2 sides of the square windows. I've used the smallest ones so they fit. Now, bearing in mind, some of this is going to sit behind there, so the door will come up slightly. Oh, I think that's going to be okay. So I'll keep that one there. I want to make sure my brickwork stays nice and straight. And then I'm going to keep this one closer towards the door. And again, this one, I'll keep it more towards in the middle and just down a little bit there, because I'm going to be adding tape to stick this red piece behind. Then the acetate will be behind again. So I'm going to get all of this die cut. All it will do is just create a big hole. It's not going to give you all this detail left in there. That's what it's going to cut out. So it will completely cut it away. But with the acetate backed behind, and then those will be paper pieces stuck back in place. Okay, so that's cut everything out. So it just leaves the shape. You'll then need to cut it again in the other colours, whatever colours you want to use, and you'll see how that's now going to piece back into there perfectly. But I need to stick it to a surface, which is why I've got the acetate, and I think the lights behind it all is going to look really cool. So I'm going to take my other circles. It's the stitched one again. I've used the acetate. I'll give that a good clean in a minute. So I'm going to stick that behind, stick this one, these, and this one into place. I thought I'd have to re-emboss it again, but it's kept the brickwork design nicely, so that's okay. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of liquid glue behind there, or if you've got thin red tape, that will work as well. I'm going to get all that stuck down. Okay, so I'm really pleased with how that looks. What I'm going to do now is just add a very small amount of the construction glue, because I want this to be nice and strong. Just run that all around the edge. You could again use your red tape, other glues that you might have. And then I'm going to take the frame, and I want the bottom of the door to be just slightly tucked under. Happy with that. Flip that over, just make sure that's all secure. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave that again to one side. Go back to this one because my hot glue is on, and I'm just going to add blobs of glue on there. Do go quite mad with the glue. Bring that last light through, and then just sit that down. These little finger protectors are really handy, so if there's any exposed glue, you can still apply pressure, but it won't burn you. Again, if I remember, I'll put them linked below, but if not, just type them in on Amazon. You can find them there, but there you go. And I think I'm just going to let them all just randomly fall inside. I'm not going to stick these down. If you've got any glue strings, just get your heat gun, just blast it on like a low heat, and it will just dissolve them. They just kind of like melt away. Let's see how this will look. The idea is it's just going to illuminate when you turn it on, and you won't see so much wire because the gingerbread are going to be in there. So going back to the main die set, you get these pieces. So this die here, you need to cut 2 to make 1 of these supports. So I cut 6. So I've got 3 supports, 1 for each of the gingerbread, and just fold the tab and then add your glue all over the large area, and then just stick them back to back so the tabs face out. And you'll see there's a slight curve that matches the curve of the circle. So you can stick these anywhere you want in here, have as many as you want, and then you can have different things hanging off them. I'm going to have mine all around the bottom. I think I might have to remove my ring for this because it's just going to get caught up. But the idea is, I mean, I might only need 2 in the end. So in the addition set, you get your gingerbread family here. They come on a main plate, so that you can die cut them all together, and then you can stencil over the top. So I've made it really easy. You don't need to paper piece all this. I just pop them back in, just leave them in the die, and I just use some black ink to bring out the face. And I use my gel pen actually to do the design there. But again, use your inks, use reds and greens, all different colours there. It's entirely up to you. So you've got mum, dad, or brother, sister, however you want to do it. And then you've got the small one. And you'll see one of the arms is higher, so it's like you can hold hands. Which I thought was quite cute. The idea is that you kind of see, maybe I have them all maybe like that. I think that could work quite cute. So what I think I'll do is Let's stick one down first, then we can build it up. So just add your glue just to the little tabs. This one I'm going to have right towards the front. I'm just going to take all that out again for a minute. The front there is lining right up with the folded part here. Okay, it's just going over the light. I think what I'll do, just add some hot glue just to go over the lights there. I always do them in the same colour that I've used to make the circle, and that way they're kind of disguised. Okay, so that one's set forward, and then I'm going to have him stuck on there. You can also trim them as well, because I don't really want the sides, so I think I'm just going to, I've done them this shape, but you know, cut into them. There we go, that's better. So I'm going to have him right in the middle, and then take this one, just set it over the top. Again, got to give that acetate a good clean, but yeah, I think that's going to look really cool. And then I'm going to take the other one. I think I'm going to use the hot glue just because it's going right over where the lights are. But you can just use your normal glue. And then this one is going to sit behind. And then I'm going to have Mum and Dad, but I want them more angled, so they're like that. Yeah, so if I have them stuck together, they're kind of hugging, and then I'm just going to pop some hot glue just on the back there. You could add snow in here. Check out my other videos where I've added lots of faux snow. So now the lights can go back in, and tuck them behind the gingerbread as well. Okay, that looks good. Right, I'm just going to give my acetate a quick clean. I just used some rubbing alcohol and some paper towel. Okay, take your backing off and make sure you're 100% happy with the positioning, and then you can sit this down over the top. Make sure all the teeth are pushed under, and just spend a minute just going around and just applying pressure. Super pleased with that. So now I can decorate. So I've got all of my pieces. These are all dies. These aren't even all of them. These are just some of the ones that I pulled out to use. Obviously I've got the main one there, so that's going to stick over at the top. I think that really brings it all together as well. But I want to have the candy canes I've added little bows to. They're going to be either side here, and you've got all the different lollipops, which I've just cut out pieces, just cut them multiple times. These ones here, you get the stencil, so you can just ink, you know, use your inks. Then I just use some gel pen, and then all the different sweets I've just cut in different colours. You've also got some embossed detail, if you can see just there when it catches the light. And I'm just going to build up 2 clusters here. I think that's probably it. So there is the finished card. Well, nearly. I'm just going to add some more of the snow text. It's brilliant. It's a gingerbread house. It's got to be over the top. And I think I've done that. And I'm so pleased with this one. I can't wait to actually send these cards this year, because I don't always send my samples. I keep them. But these ones, yeah, I've got to. So then this is the snow text. You get loads in here. Although I'm probably going to have to get another tub because it's only July. And I've still got a couple more bits to finish, and yeah, more makes, so it's definitely going to get used up. But I thought it'd be nice to just add some just along the top. I know it's already got the effect of snow in the shape of it, but if you want to add some more texture, it just kind of finishes it all. Like so, it dries so hard, it's brilliant. Don't worry if it goes in places that it shouldn't. It's snow, so kind of let it do its thing. There you go. You could add it around the windows as well if you want, but I think it just, yeah, finishes it off. So keep it flat. I think I might have to keep mine upright as well. I don't know. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. It doesn't tend to drop. It's really good for kind of, I don't know if there is a word for that, but holding its form, I guess. It's not going to drip, put it that way. So there you go. So thank you for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the gingerbread additions for the display, 3D display and stand card. Can't wait to see what you guys make. So make sure if you're over on Facebook, join my group, Mixed Up Crafters, and you can share anything there following the tutorials that I've shared. As always, all of the product that I've used you can find by clicking here, but I'll have it individually linked as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss out on any future videos. And the playlist with this die set, but in all the different themes, will be coming up now. So you might want to watch that next. See you all again soon. Bye.